Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into a report that's got huge implications for everyone in tech, especially all you technical writers, documentation experts, and IT pros out there. Big shout out to Kurt Robbins, senior technical writer, for suggesting we cover this. So it's this brand new report from Anthropic. It's called Which Economic Tasks Are Performed with AI? Evidence from Millions of Claude Conversations, and it just came out on February 10th.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating report. It gives a look at how AI is being used in the economy right now. It's not just those theoretical predictions anymore. So, Anthropic analyzed millions of conversations with their AI assistant Claude to get all this data.
Okay, so millions of conversations. Wow, that's got to be a huge data set. What kind of insights are we getting from all that?
Well, one of the things that really jumped out at me was that AI is being used the most for software development, writing, and analytical tasks.
Yeah, makes sense when you think about it. I mean, those are the kind of tasks that AI is really good at. But the interesting part is like what we're seeing within those categories, right? Like it's not just that AI is good for software, it's which software tasks are really seeing the most AI usage. What's going on there?
Well, you got to think about what software development is all about. It involves a lot of tasks that are, very well defined, logical, they can be broken down into steps. Take debugging code, for example, or refining website UI. These are tasks that AI is really good at because they tend to be, rule-based and kind of repetitive.
Ah, so it's not that AI is replacing software developers entirely. It's more like AI is handling those specific tasks that AI is best at, right?
Right.
That's actually got to be good news for our tech writing listeners, right?
Oh, absolutely. Because if AI is taking on tasks like debugging or UI refinement, somebody still has to document those processes. Technical writers who can understand both the AI tools and the software itself are going to be super valuable.
It sounds like there's a real opportunity here for technical writers. They can position themselves as the experts in this whole evolving landscape, right? But I'm curious about the people who actually use the software. Are they interacting with AI directly, or is it all kind of behind-the-scenes stuff for now?
That's where it gets really interesting. The report actually found that a lot of AI usage in software is focused on improving the user experience. For example, AI is being used to personalize content recommendations, optimize search results, and even provide real-time support through chatbots. So even if users aren't talking directly to AI, it's still shaping their experience in all these subtle but powerful ways.
So AI is working in the background to make software more user-friendly, and then our technical writers are the ones explaining how it all works. That's a pretty powerful combo. But hold on, we can't leave out all those listeners who aren't in software development. What about AI's impact on all the other fields out there?
Well, AI is definitely making its presence known beyond just software. We're seeing a rise in the use of AI for things like marketing and content creation. Think about it, crafting ad copy or creating educational materials that are really engaging. AI can really change the game in those areas.
So is AI actually writing that content? Or is it more like assisting human writers? Like, what does that actually look like?
Well, it's kind of a mix of both. Sometimes AI is being used to generate like first drafts of marketing copy, maybe even whole articles. But in other cases, it's more about just, assisting the human writers. For example, AI can help writers identify problems with clarity or make sure everything's consistent. Or maybe it'll suggest different ways to say things, make the writing more engaging.
So even if you're not a software developer, it sounds like AI is already having a big impact on how content is created and how people consume it. But let's get back to the report for a sec. There was something in there that surprised me about AI usage and education levels.
Oh, right. So the report found that AI usage actually peaks in jobs that need a bachelor's degree, but then it kind of drops off for jobs that need like a master's or a doctorate.
Whoa, that's fascinating. It really goes against that whole assumption that AI is only affecting those highly skilled jobs. What's going on there?
It seems like AI is really good at those tasks that, need a solid understanding of things but don't need years and years of specialized training. This is where AI really excels, helping people in those middle skill jobs be more productive and efficient.
So it's not about replacing the most highly skilled workers. It's about empowering those in the middle to work better. Okay, let's get into another important distinction that the report makes. Augmentation versus automation. What's the difference and why does it matter?
It's a really important concept. Augmentation is when AI is assisting humans with their work, but automation is when AI completely takes over a task. And the study found that 57% of Claude usage was for augmentation and 43% was for automation.
That's a pretty big difference. So what does this mean for our listeners, especially those in technical writing? I mean, how do we know if our jobs are more likely to be augmented or automated?
Honestly, there's no easy answer to that one. But one way to think about it is to look at what you do every day.
Okay, so let's say I'm a technical writer. I spend my days researching, writing, editing, formatting documents, all that. Where does AI fit into all of that?
Well, imagine AI helping you generate those first drafts of documentation. Or maybe it checks your work for consistency and accuracy across different materials.
That would save so much time.
Exactly. But here's the good part. The report makes it very clear that humans are still needed for the big picture stuff like strategy, creativity, understanding really complex systems. These are areas where AI just can't replace human expertise.
So it's all about finding that balance, right? Using AI to handle the routine and repetitive parts of the job, and then letting humans focus on, the higher level thinking and creative problem solving.
Exactly. It's a powerful combination. It can lead to greater productivity and, better outcomes for everyone.
But what about the bigger picture? Like, how do you see the role of the technical writer changing as AI gets, more and more sophisticated?
It's a great question. And, I think we're going to see technical writers taking on these more strategic and creative roles. As AI takes over things like generating those first drafts and checking for consistency, technical writers will have more time and more energy to focus on those parts of their work that really need uniquely human skills.
So instead of like spending hours on technical details and making sure everything's perfectly aligned, technical writers could be focusing on things like, understanding the user's needs better or like crafting those really compelling narratives and, just making sure that the documentation is engaging and easy to understand.
Exactly. Think about it this way. Right now, technical writing is often about translating all this complex technical stuff into something that normal people can understand. But as AI gets better at processing and understanding all that technical stuff, technical writers can really focus on bridging the gap between, the technology and the human experience.
That makes a lot of sense. It's almost like technical writers are going to become like the interpreters of AI. They're helping people understand not just what the technology does, but why it matters and how it affects their lives.
Yeah, I like that. And it's not just about explaining the tech itself. Technical writers are also going to play a crucial role in shaping how AI is used in different industries, right? They're going to be writing the guidelines, the best practices, thinking about all the ethical stuff, making sure AI is used responsibly and in a way that actually benefits people.
So the role of the technical writer is becoming even more crucial in the age of AI. It's not just documenting the tech, it's about shaping how that tech is used and how people understand it. But let's switch gears for a sec. Let's talk about one of the, potential downsides of this whole AI revolution, that whole fear of job displacement. If AI can do certain tasks, does that mean there's going to be less jobs for humans?
Well, it's a valid concern. It's definitely something we got to think about as we, integrate AI more into the workplace. But, if you look at history, time and time again, these new technologies have created more jobs than they've destroyed. It's just that the types of jobs change.
So it's not that jobs disappear, it's more like jobs evolve, right? So what kind of new jobs do you think might, pop up in the technical writing world as a result of AI?
Well, we might see a lot more demand for technical writers who specialize in AI documentation. I mean, think about it. More and more companies are using AI. And they're going to need people who can explain how those systems work, how to use them effectively, what are the risks, what are the benefits.
Yeah, it seems like we'll need tech writers who can actually help design and develop these AI systems too. Make sure they're user-friendly and easy to understand. Because even the most advanced AI is useless if people can't figure out how to use it.
Exactly. Technical writers are going to be super important in bridging that gap between the engineers who build these systems and the people who actually use them, right? They got to make sure the AI is designed with the user in mind and that the documentation's clear, concise, really tailored to whoever's going to be reading it. And that brings us to another important point, learning and development. With all this new technology, technical writers, and really anyone in tech, you got to keep updating your skills and knowledge if you want to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's not enough to just learn how to use the tools that are out there today. We got to be thinking about what's coming next, how to get ready for the future of work. What are some specific things that technical writers can do to, stay ahead?
Well, I think one key area is understanding the basics of AI and machine learning. You don't need to be a data scientist or anything, but you got to understand how these technologies work, how they're being used in different industries.
It also seems like it'd be helpful to develop skills in like data visualization and storytelling. If AI is doing all the, data processing and analysis, then technical writers need to be able to present that information in a way that's, engaging and easy for people to understand.
Oh yeah, for sure. And don't forget about all those, soft skills, communication, collaboration, critical thinking. Those skills are going to be more important than ever, especially with AI doing more of those routine tasks.
What if we, like, start relying too much on AI to do things for us?
It's a valid concern, but we have to remember AI is just a tool, right? We decide how we use it. It's about finding that balance, using AI to, enhance what we're capable of, not replace us completely.
It's like we need to evolve along with AI, right? Constantly learning, adapting, just to stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And remember, we're really just at the beginning of this whole AI thing. There's still so much more to learn, to explore, to create.
So to everyone listening, stay curious, stay engaged, keep asking those big questions. The future is being shaped right now, and we all have a role to play in making it a good one.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Until next time, keep exploring.